We got Steven Siler back here on the program. He's coming off a huge win last week for PFL. What a win that was back on June 7th. Steven, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Not much, man. Just enjoying some time at home for a little bit.
For sure. And I understand we're live on location at the tire dealership. You're getting your tires changed, right?
One of the tires was pretty low, and I know diddly about cars, so I'm here to get it checked out and hopefully get it fixed up before I go to the gym real quick.
Yeah, you got to leave it to the professionals or whatever. Are you? I take it you're back in Colorado and training at Factory X right now.
Not quite. I'm actually staying. I'm gonna keep a week here in Utah, be with the family. I've been away from them quite a bit, so I'm gonna take advantage of a week at home. Still work out at my gym here at home, Wasatch Combat Sports, for the week. Mark has to go corner Kamosi anyways over in Australia, so let him do that kind of training, and then I'll be back when he gets back next week.
That's great, man. Let's talk about the fight, man. What a crazy fight that was. First question, you get dropped in the first. How hurt were you when that happened? Were you kind of stunned by it?
I was definitely stunned. I definitely woke up for a second. I wouldn't say I was knocked out, but I was definitely hit and rocked. And it took me a second to recover. I'm glad I had a good ref like I did. I didn't want someone stopping the fight. I've been stopped early before, so I'm glad someone gave me some time and he was able to work my guard back and get my composure back.
You've got 47 fights in your career. How much do you feel like your experience helped in that situation? Because a lot of guys might have just panicked and lost the fight, but you were able to come back.
Yeah, I was luckily that experience is under my belt. Like I said, it's kind of weird not really waking up, but getting dropped. You kind of do go out for a second, then have some fists come at your face. You got to keep composed, realize it's okay to get hit, and get that guard back. And I was glad I was able to.
And once you got the submission on, did you feel like the fight was yours?
Yeah, I was shocked how easy he was actually letting me get it on. Once I had the arm across, I thought he'd actually hold out a lot more. But luckily the only strong part of my body is my legs, so I was able to get that triangle locked in and finish the fight.
It was a great win. It was all the buzz on social media. What was the feedback like after that fight? Your Twitter and everything must have just been blowing up because people were talking about that all night.
Yeah, I definitely had got back. I had like 70-something text messages and Twitter, Facebook, everything was going off, so it was crazy.
That's good. And how did you celebrate after the win?
What did I do? I think I just went back to the hotel room, fell asleep, and woke up the next morning because we had to be up at 5 in the morning for the airport.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Late nights and early flights, as they say, right?
Exactly. So I think we had like 4 hours from the show was over till the shuttle departure. So definitely not really much celebration. I was able to get some chicken tenders because of the fact that I've been dieting for the past couple months.
That's key.
So I was able to look. Unfortunately, they were out of cake or pie that I wanted. So I just enjoyed the chicken tenders, and that's about it.
Now, do you have barbecue sauce with that, or you're more a sweet and sour guy?
Ranch.
Ranch? Oh, interesting. Okay, that's good. I like that. You made a bit of history that night. I don't know if you're aware of this. You were a plus 1,100 underdog. I don't know who's doing the odds, but that was crazy. You are the second biggest upset in MMA history. Do you know the first?
No, I imagine Sarah.
No, it's actually Sokaju when he fought Little Nog in Pride. That was the biggest.
I did read that.
Yeah, that was he was a plus 1,350 underdog, but you were a plus 1,100, which I think puts you around second or third or something like that. But did you know you were that big of an underdog heading in?
No, I was looking for the odds everywhere. Obviously, I love to bet, and I definitely love to put money on myself, especially at the plus 1,100. Because I always have faith in myself. I would have done that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, did you know that, if you go to like best fight odds, they have all the odds up there, but I think they released the PFL ones like late. Like I almost feel like it was like the day of the fight or something, and so I think that's why you probably missed it, because I think a lot of us were wondering where the odds were.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know how I was that big of an underdog. Especially as little fights he had as much as I had. I think there's odds always should be a lot closer, but hell, I would have took it.
Did any of your friends win any money?
I don't think so.
No? Did you have people? You must have had some people messaging you about putting money on your fight.
No, the very first I heard that when I was doing my after interview inside the back, someone told me I was a big underdog. They didn't tell me what I was, but yeah, I definitely read when I rewatched the fights, a bunch of people saying, "Oh man, I had him at plus 650, had him at plus 1,100," and I saw a lot who did win some people money, so I'm glad I did that for him.
That's good. And you mentioned this week's just staying at home, taking it easy, seeing the family. Is it back to business next week? You said going back to Colorado.
Back to Colorado next week. I'm still be doing 2 days this week. Kind of take it easy. I did take a shot to the head, so I can't really spar for a little bit. But I'm gonna be keeping the cardio up, keeping the diet. Probably restart the diet on Wednesday. But
Yeah.
keep the weight down a little bit, and but still work out here for a couple days, twice a day for the next week.
Do you have any idea when you're going to fight next?
I'm thinking the July 19th show is when we should be. That was the plan with the PFL. We do our show, then the next two shows, and then it starts all over again July 19th where we redo it again. So it should be July 19th in Long Island, but nothing's confirmed yet.
Is there anyone you want to fight next?
No, I don't care. I mean,
yeah, I was going to say you're a fight anyone type of guy, so
no matter who I fight, it's gonna be happy. I'm happy with. Hopefully, just keep my place in the rankings right now. I know I'm number 2. I mean, wouldn't mind being number 1. Maybe pass up Alexander Media, maybe get a quicker finish, but it really doesn't matter who they match us up. I know the plan. I mean, I don't know. Actually, they said Ray will tell us sometime this week, hopefully. So.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's good to be kept in the loop. I noticed after the fight you gave a big shout-out to your manager, Ali Abdelaziz. How much of a help was he for this camp and just leading up to the fight? And I'm sure after he gave you a nice message, too.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. He really is. He's just him and his team. Like everything. I don't know if you guys can see the back of the scenes, behind the scenes, but a lot of people had trouble with medicals and this and that, and they literally did everything for me. If I needed something done, they set it up for me. Just told me to be there at what time. Paperwork. If I needed something signed, they just send it to me and get it right back. So. If anything needed to be done, they took care of it. I literally had no stress during this entire camp other than just training and do what I need to do.
And how was it competing for PFL this time as opposed to, in the past with World Series of Fighting? Because I know they really ramped up the production and sort of, just the day-to-day and everything like that too. And forget about the commission because that's separate. That they have their own problems as it is. But how is it for PFL this time?
It was definitely a lot different than my last show with the charity event. I mean, last charity event, there's just 4 fights, and it was just that was very chaotic for me. Like, they told us we're going to have a half-hour break. The next thing I know, I'm in the ring right after the next fight without even being gloved up. I had to hurry me get gloved up and everything. This time seemed a lot more like a regular show, and definitely I was happy with everything. Everything turned out amazing, just as I planned. Once we went to Orlando and we checked out how everything was going to be, we could kind of tell how good they're going to be ran.
Awesome, Stephen. Well, again, congratulations on the win. What a comeback that was. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you have any thank yous or shout outs, the floor is yours.
All right. Obviously, the best place to hit me up is either Facebook or Twitter. I'm more of a Twitter guy at Steve Siler. And the only sponsor I had this fight was Atlas. It's actually my father-in-law, my stepdad's computer company, Atlas. Check them out. They were all over my logo, and they really helped me out with the sponsorship. It's hard to find a good sponsor these days, and he really stood by me, so I really appreciate it.
What's up, fight fans? If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to see even more interviews with your favorite UFC and Bellator fighters. We've also got coverage at events, including post-fight press conferences and media scrums. And if you like this video, check out the video to my right. It's worth your time.